channel. It's Ashley. We're going to do a no contact reading today, okay? And we're going to be looking at when you and the person on your mind will be reconciling and how that might take place. I've split it up again into two parts where in part one, we will look at the connection as a whole and just kind of like the energy between both of you, as well as each person and like some personality traits or how they were showing up in the connection. So if you want to listen to that for confirmation or for maybe, a little bit more clarity on the situation, that's what that's there for, okay? And if you want to skip past that and go to part two is where we will answer the question of when and how will you reconcile, okay? So I've got three groups for you to choose from today. We've got the first pile over here with the Medicine Woman Tarot and the Serpentine. We've got the second pile here with the Tarot Illuminati deck and the Peach Moonstone. And then the third pile over here with the Tarot del Toro deck and the Ocean Jasper Stone. All right, I've also put a link to a Spotify song with each reading so that you can hear, a message from your person through that as well if you want to. And I'm going to put the timestamps for these readings in the description box below, and I will see you guys there. Hi, Group 1. If you were drawn to this green serpentine here, oh wow, I just made a little rhyme, okay. And the Medicine Woman Tarot, this is your reading. So welcome to part one here, where we're going to look at this connection as a whole and each person, involved in the connection and maybe what's really going on here, a little bit about each person and how everyone's feeling, okay? So first, let me start with this, okay? If you feel like this person's your twin flame, I think this is probably your pile. This is definitely my twin flame pile here. I felt it as soon as I was drawn to this rock right here, okay, because with it being green and relating to the heart chakra, twin flames, a lot of time, like we feel it in our heart, okay? We are attached at the heart. We're in sync in our heart when we're in sync with our twin. It has a lot to do with our heart is what I'm trying to say, okay? Twin flames are connected at the heart. Those connections have a lot to do with the heart chakra. And then I get into your cards here, and we've got the swan as well to describe the connection in the middle. So, this is, mirror souls. Like, this is definitely the mirror soul, the twin flame pile. If you don't resonate with that or you don't feel like this is your twin flame, I would say this is a high level soulmate, okay? The closest thing to that, because you guys are definitely mirroring each other, definitely triggering each other on a very deep level because you guys are so similar. Yeah, you are triggering each other like never before with other people, okay? So let's get in first and look at this person one over here, okay? So with person one, they are blocked off right now in their third eye when it comes to this connection, okay? So they're not seeing things through their third eye. They're not picking up on things intuitively. I think they're going through a lot of growth, okay? This connection is going through some massive shifts and changes right now, but this person especially, they're having to do a lot of inner work. I almost feel as though they're having to catch up to the other person over here, okay, when it comes to spiritual awakening and just this inner healing work that they need to do. So I think that this person, they kind of get into things that drain their energy accidentally. They're not very aware of the things that are pulling on their energy. They're just not very aware of a lot of things, I think, on when it comes to like energy, okay? When it's anything to do with energy, this person, they're learning a lot about that. So they have had people around them that have drained their energy, just put themselves in situations and made commitments to things that were not right for them. They've just had to deal with a lot of that in their life, and I think that they're maybe starting to wake up to that now and realize that some of the things and people around them, they're not healthy for them, or if they take part in certain activities or spend time with certain people or certain groups, that then they will need to go and spend some time alone to kind of regroup and regather themselves. And this is new to them. Again, this is things that are happening on an energetic level that they've never understood before. They may have felt, obviously they feel different, and they may have felt like extremely tired or just differences in their mood after these things, but they didn't understand what was actually happening on an energetic level, okay? So there's something that this other person in the connection was waiting on person one to make a decision about. We're going to call, okay, this is person one. This is our zebra person, okay? The zebra is in reverse here. We've also got 5 of cups to describe them, okay? So if I say that, I'm talking about person one, person A, whatever, okay? The zebra, the 5 of cups person. So they're asking, are you proud of me? Because they've made up their mind about something that they weren't able to make their mind up on in the past, okay? They think that this other person over here is just truly perfect. They feel like they don't even know how the other person over here is so perfect. They're like, what did you do? Who did you talk to get incarnated and be in this perfect body, to be this just perfect person? I mean, they really have a lot of admiration for them. Again, they're trying to catch up to them in terms of like spiritual development and stuff too. And so they see like how highly developed this other person is, and they're just like, how did they do that? We've got you cheated. They're like, you cheated the system. Like, how did you do that? Okay. For very few of you, maybe that you cheated means something else, okay? But I just didn't pick that up here at all. I think that was them kind of using some humor. So I think that they they like to kind of play around with this other person when they're on good terms, I think they like to kind of give them a hard time, make fun of them a little bit in a lighthearted way. That's kind of their way of like flirting, a little bit of competition, a little bit of just roasting, like, a little bit of some healthy roasting never hurt anybody. I think they like to do that. So this person is feeling extremely disappointed, extremely heartbroken over this situation. And I don't know if this other person over here would know that, because they're not really showing that to many people, okay? It's not like they're exposing it to the whole world. I think only those closest to them actually see how they're feeling in the present moment. I do kind of get the sense that this zebra person is the one that walked away, or, if they couldn't make their mind up, if that decision had something to do with this other person over here, that would make a lot of sense. If they just weren't able to make their mind up, weren't able to commit fully. But I do kind of get the sense that maybe they left or walked away because we've got, it wasn't like I thought it'd be. And then over here we've got, I told you. So it's like, it's funny because you guys are talking to each other even in this reading. And I thought that was kind of cute. I think that your 5D selves are always talking to each other, okay? And I do kind of get that you guys like roast each other and just give each other a hard time. I don't know, it's kind of cute. But moving over here to this second person, okay? The second person over here has felt stuck in terms of this connection for a while, okay? And so they may have chased after the zebra person. For some of you, this may have been, person one may have been the runner, person two may have been the chaser, but I don't know if that's for everyone. So if that doesn't resonate, that's okay. But if this raccoon person over here, if this second person, our raccoon person and our hangman person, if they were in a chasing energy for a while, I think they had to learn to step out of that and to step away, okay? Because they've been feeling stuck for a while, and it's as if they just don't really know what to do anymore, or what action to take next, or if they should take any action at all. So I don't think they've done anything in terms of this connection for a while. I feel like this zebra person over here is probably more willing to talk than this raccoon person. They just seem like they're very much in a contemplative state. They're trying to figure out what they would even say to the zebra person, what needs to happen next. They just really aren't sure. But we do have I fucking miss you. That's absolutely certain, okay? They definitely have been missing the zebra person. They're just looking back on things, okay? And they, again, this person, I do kind of get a sense that maybe they're a little bit ahead in their spiritual development and just like understanding themselves on a spiritual level, whereas this person, over here, our zebra person's learning more about that. So our raccoon person is looking at things from a higher perspective in that sense. And so when they are looking back, it's not so much rumination and obsession. It's just sometimes they get a little nostalgic, but we have it was a blessing in disguise. And so I think the raccoon is learning to be patient. They're learning to, again, just sit and to wait and to not take any action, to not chase. And they're seeing that things happen the way that they were supposed to happen and that things will continue to happen that way. They're trying to just let things play out as they need to play out. They see that anything that took place before this separation, anything that led up to this separation, it was just kind of meant to be. And there was really no other way around it because they cannot do the healing and the growth for, their twin or their soulmate, whoever this other person is to them, okay? But wow, they are still feeling the loss of this connection, the separation. They're feeling it. They're craving reunion with their person. I mean, we've got starving here, and I just kept getting the word crave too for both of them. Like, they're craving each other. They're craving that closeness. They just want to be close so badly. And if it's a twin connection, we have to remember that we already are. We already are that close in a 5D sense, like they are the other part of our soul. They are us, like we are always with them. We could never not be with them. So this separation, it's not real. It's only real in this 3D world, in this physical sense. So while you're separated physically, just remember you are not separated in the 5D. And I think the raccoon person's trying to remember that, trying to focus on that. But, they are still a human. They're in a human body. They're having a human experience. And so they are still struggling. This person isn't Gandhi over here. I'm not saying like, oh, they've reached the highest level of consciousness possible. I'm not saying that, okay? They're not Buddha. They are human. They are still learning and still growing. They're just a little bit ahead of this other person, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they are a guru or anything like that. We do have meditate, though. So they may be dabbling more in meditation, but I also just took that as they are meditating on this connection. They are contemplating. They are waiting it out. They're seeing what's going to happen. But we have them contacting you soon. And so I don't know if that's going to be in a physical sense or if that's because I feel like you guys are always talking in the 5D. But we do have them contacting you soon. And let me just say this connection is going to come back together. I just know it. I feel it. I get it. Like, you guys are going to come together. I know that. So we're going to be looking at more of like when that will happen in part 2. But yeah, you guys are coming back together. So when we're looking at the middle here, again, we've got mirror souls. We've literally got divine connection that came out, okay? I feel like the raccoon person's always known that. They've always known that this zebra person, that this is divine. They may even like refer to them as their twin and just like feel very certain that this is either their twin flame or a high level soulmate. Like they just know that. They have this inner knowing. Now the zebra person, I don't think that they knew that. Especially in the beginning, I don't think they knew that. I think the raccoon person knew and the zebra person, they didn't know. And they are waking up to that. They understand that now. One thing that they do know is that this is a divine connection. They get that now. And maybe that's what they're saying. Are you proud of me? I understand now. I get it. And the raccoon person may not know that in the 3D world. Like their human self may not know that the zebra person is aware of that now. But they are. They are. They've been doing hella work, okay? And they still are. They have a long way to go, but they are doing a lot of work. We've got some other messages here. I want you all of the time. You bring balance into my life. We've got come closer in the reverse and we just fit, okay? And that's because you guys have really triggered each other. And I think the zebra didn't know how to deal with that trigger. And so I do kind of get, again, that maybe they were the one to run away. So some other interesting things that we got here, though, we got divorce. And so one of you may be dealing with a divorce or someone from your past that you already had divorce, and if it wasn't marriage, it was very serious. For it to come out that way, it's telling me it was a very serious connection, a very serious relationship, like high-level commitment, okay? And it did come out on the raccoon's side, but it is in the center, so it doesn't have to be the raccoon, but there is some X energy here, okay, that affected this connection one way or another. That's been a big thing, and so the person that would resonate with, like they have been trying to close that out with window in reverse. I'm just seeing like it's like a window and it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, right? Like a little window of a window of error, I wanted to say, like in scientific terms, like a little margin of error. But no, like just a window that that connection may have still been really heavy on the raccoon's heart and then the raccoon's mind, or the zebra if it was them, and this connection really triggered that in them. But I do kind of see where the triggering here, you know, with the zebra, they just didn't understand themselves spiritually yet, and so it could have like freaked them out, scared them off. And for the raccoon, like maybe it was this other relationship was not completely sewn up yet, and so it triggered things in them that it brought up flashbacks. I mean, for some of these people, it could have been literally like trauma. So like it could have just triggered, you know, some trauma in the raccoon person or whoever had this past relationship, okay? But in the center, we have will you go with me also. So I kind of took this as, again, our little conversation we had through that was cute. So the zebra's saying, it wasn't like I thought it'd be. And the raccoon's saying, I told you. And then in the center, we've got, will you go with me? So they're both wanting reconciliation, okay? They're both wanting to make up, wanting to come together. I don't know who's going to be the one to reach out, but they both are open to doing that. So if there was any anger or, you know, animosity in the past or when this ended, I just don't pick up on any of that now. Both people, their hearts are open, and they want this connection. They want reunion. Absolutely. And so I did not mention the Wheel of Fortune here, but I'd said there was major shifts and change. So I wanted to tell you that was the tarot that came out for the center with the swan. Okay. So again, massive changes, massive shifts. And I don't know how close that is to closing out with it being in the upright position. I'm seeing that there's not any resistance. And so that's a good sign. I'm seeing that you guys, you know, are starting a newer cycle here, a positive cycle. So I would say, again, that's a very good sign. So I don't know, you know, how long it will be, because timing is different in our human terms than it is in a spiritual sense. But we will be looking at that next, and I think we're ready to do that. So let's move on over to part 2 and look at when you guys will be coming together again. Hey, pile 1. If you guys were drawn to the Serpentine and the Medicine Woman Tarot, this is your reading, and this is part 2 where we're looking at when you guys will reconcile, if you will, and we kind of established in part 1 that you will, and I was not going to film myself shuffling, but there were some things that I forgot to say, and so I thought, why not, okay? So first of all, some of the similarities here too, like that I wanted to point out between these people is that you guys may have been brought up a little bit differently or came from different places, because we've got the zebra and the raccoon here. And, you know, obviously they do not live in the same kind of like environment on the same part of Earth. But ironically, like, it's kind of funny that they popped up because, yeah, they live in very different parts of the world, but they're both black and white and they both have stripes. And so it's kind of funny. I feel like the zebra, you know, they're kind of like, man, I'm just used to seeing all these other zebras and they look just like me, and they get kind of bored. They're bored with people. They're not impressed with people very often. And the raccoon, you know, they just can't get the raccoon out of their mind, because not only do they feel this similarity, but it's been hard for them to understand it because they see the differences as well. But when you look deeper, you take a magnifying glass to those differences, what do you find? More similarities, okay? Because we did establish that these are definitely like either mirroring souls or very, very, very close to mirroring souls. What else did I forget to say here? Okay, also, the raccoon person may be more of an earth sign, or they just have more of a stable, kind of calm energy about them, because we've got you bring balance into my life over here with the zebra, and I definitely feel like they are missing that, okay? They've been missing that feeling of balance that they had when the raccoon was in their life. Even though this connection got very, you know, tumultuous at times, I'm sure, because you guys were very triggered by one another, they're acknowledging that they just don't have that same balance when you're not there. Again, because we talked about how they deal with energy vampires a little bit, and just with not even energy vampires, but just situations that drain their energy, and they're just now learning how to protect their energy from that. I think whenever they were around the raccoon person, their energy was kind of like always being cleansed and protected because the raccoon kind of just like did that. So the raccoon may have literally cleansed their home if they lived together, like cleansed their home regularly, or like just being in their energy, being around them just naturally kind of healed the zebra person. Okay, what did we get that popped out? Oh my God, Queen of Cups as I'm talking about this. Yes, like the raccoon is the Queen of Cups for the zebra, and they know that, and they're like, you nurture me and you love me and care for me like I've never felt before. Okay, so let's get in now and ask our question, okay? I just had to get some of that out there that I forgot to mention. Okay, so when will these two reconcile, Spirit? When will these two be together again? When will there be reconciliation? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Interesting, because we got the Wheel of Fortune up right over here, okay? When will there be reconciliation? So there is something else. We'll clarify that and see what it is. What it is that's causing this, I don't know, like resistance in some way, or yeah, just causing things to not come together. Okay, when will they reconcile, Spirit? Okay. We're just getting so many that are flying out at once. When will they reconcile? Did that one? Yeah, that one will come out. King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. When will they reconcile, Spirit? Okay. The Magician in reverse. I don't like seeing all the reversals of these cards. Okay. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So there is still a little bit of chasing energy coming from one part. I did pick up that might be the raccoon for a lot of you. If not, that's totally okay, because I felt like the zebra was the runner and the raccoon was the chaser. It's okay if it's reversed. Take whatever resonates, but because we definitely just have both here. That's the important thing to note. So yeah, there's still a little bit of chasing energy that's going on here. And any little bit of chasing is going to send this other person in the opposite direction, okay? So the chasing energy has got to stop, and I know that that's easier said than done. The way that that's going to happen is really embracing your own autonomy, your own independence, just truly focusing on yourself. It doesn't mean like that you can't communicate with this person in the 5D or hold out hope for this connection and you know, honestly manifest it, like just believe that it's coming, speak that into existence, like we will be in union again. But if you are yeah, I could see where a lot of you would be that, obviously the one that is chasing a little bit because you're looking at this reading, and that's okay. I'm not saying like you can't ever inquire about this connection or anything like that. I feel like that's normal, that's natural, but that is causing a little bit of resistance here, I'm seeing, because it has to be both of you standing in your own power, okay, in order to truly attract one another on the physical realm. So let's get some clarifying cards though here to see what else is going on. So what can we get with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? What is this resistance? What is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse trying to tell us here? When will they be in union again? Okay. Five of Wands in reverse. Okay. So this is giving me, yeah, submissive energy, submitting, learning to submit to the universe and to spirit, okay, to the divine plan. Again, it does not mean that you are not a co-creator and work with the universe, because you do. The universe is trying to help you. They are on your side, okay? You're on the same team. You guys just you can't be together until you're ready, and the universe is trying to prepare you for that. Again, you guys are just going to be triggering each other too much until you get to this certain state of growth. And so the chasing energy is keeping you from reaching that. So there has to be some submission here, okay? Some releasing of control, okay? Relinquishing that control, letting go, giving in to, again, just divine timing. This is a divine connection. That's how these work, you know? It's so frustrating to us as humans, especially in the world we live in, because we live in 2023. things are always popping off. Everything's so fast, fast, fast. We don't have to wait for anything. If you are in any of these younger generations, like, I mean, I'm a Zennial, kind of like in that little gap, that little sub generation, whatever. So if you are my age or younger or just a little bit older, you know what I'm talking about. We learned with technology, we don't have to wait for anything. And that makes us even harder. Like, what do we have to wait for? Not shit. Everything runs so fast, and so it makes it even harder to be patient. But with this being a divine connection, it works in divine timing. It does not work at this lightning speed that we are used to. It's not something, that some of you may literally have ADHD too. Like, I'm just thinking of multitasking, like we think we can multitask, but multitasking is not even like, you can't actually successfully multitask. It doesn't really work. Like, you have to focus on one thing at a time, and the spirit's like, hey, you can't just like multitask. You can't be together and do this growth that is necessary. You can't. You have to do this growth and then come together. And when you're trying to multitask and your energy's all spread out and all over the place and sporadic, you're just postponing this reunion. So Spirit's reminding you, like, we want this reunion too. We want you guys to be together. You have a purpose together. You have some big work to do. We have work too up here from part 1 to define this connection. Yeah, so you guys have work to do together, but right now you're not ready to do that, okay? So yeah, having to relinquish control. Okay, when will they come together though? Can we get a when? When will this be? So a lot of it, because it's such divine timing, it's like, Spirit's not going to be able to give me clear-cut, simple answers on when, because this has a lot to do with your decisions to grow and to let go of control. It's spiritual development here. What can we get with this King of Pentacles in reverse? Okay, King of Pentacles in reverse. I'm getting a lot here. Establishing your home, your identity, your yourself, your status, your everything, your finances, really establishing that on your own, and then coming together, and then you have an empire, you have a castle. They're not wanting you guys to be establishing your homes and your identities and all this together. This is something that you're going to have that worked out and figured out before you come together. And unfortunately, I feel like the zebra person, they're definitely more so having to do a lot of that. Now, the raccoon, it may be more in a physical sense where, the zebra, they're really having to learn a lot internally. And the raccoon, I feel like, is having to do a lot more maybe physically. Like, again, to do with like literally their home, their health, their finances, like getting all of that in check, really taking care of yourself and feeling very established. 7 of Cups in reverse. Yeah. So, again, I'm picking up that this would be for like the raccoon person for sure. This is releasing not only the control, but thinking about this all the time. Okay. Like, thinking about it to the point where you're just wanting to know when all of the time. That is chasing, okay? Like, that is what that is. Like, that is still chasing energy. So if you're thinking about this a lot and you're wanting to know when it's going to happen, and that's impatience, right? That is needing control. So being mindful of those thoughts that kind of can run away. So what about the Magician in reverse? Whoa. There are some resources around you that have not been tapped into yet for both of you, okay? So again, you're kind of going through your shifts and changes in your growth in different ways. But there are some resources around you that you have not tapped into yet. So for the zebra person, maybe a mentor or someone that they could work with, some sort of learning material for them. It could literally be a book that is calling out to them, just a book, And then for the raccoon person, it could be something to do with their job. It could be a creative project that they've been thinking about starting and they just been putting it off and they haven't started it, that could end up being some sort of tool to actually end up manifesting this reunion. Because again, that's going to be, if the raccoon's focusing on stuff like that, they're focusing on themselves. They're focusing on their own independence, their own happiness, and their own life, and they're staying busy just doing them. And so something that's going to be fulfilling them. Okay, so what else can we get to clarify this? Okay, we've got the moon. You guys are definitely visiting each other in your sleep here. Yeah, you guys are definitely communicating in your dreams. And then on the back of the deck, we've got the Ace of Cups. Oh, that's sweet. So another confirmation here that yes, you will be together. Okay, you are coming together. Like, no doubt about that. We're not even asking that at this point. Okay, it's when and it's how. Honestly, this is how you're going to release the blockages keeping you guys apart. And we've got 8 of Wands at the back of the deck. Communication, action, forward movement. Absolutely. But see, she's got her little home set up behind her. And she's got like her food and drinks. And she's just like, she's thriving. She's got everything established behind her. And now she's ready to set off on her journey. Okay. So yeah, stepping into your power, all the way, being very independent, focusing on yourself, your own personal goals, personal projects, and other relationships aside from this one, and just really feeling fulfilled, getting in that energy. You know, it's a frequency too, when we're talking about manifesting, like doing whatever is making you feel fulfilled and happy and joyous. Like, how would you feel if you were with this person, you know? Definitely some heart chakra stuff going on here too. Yeah, so how would you feel? What makes your heart happy? What makes you just feel joy and peace and love? Putting yourself in that vibration, okay? Putting yourself around people who bring that out of you. Whatever's going to bring out that emotion, that, you know, whenever you're feeling that, you're radiating that frequency, that specific vibration. And so that's going to help you to manifest as well. I'm seeing number 9 here too, more than once. So we're talking about goals. I think that maybe you're getting some ideas in your dreams too, and it could be from this person, or it could also be from your spirit guides, but they're trying to implant. You see how he's putting that into her head? They're trying to implant an idea here, okay? They're trying to give you an idea for a goal of some kind. For some of you, the movie Inception might have some inspiration for you or something. I just got that here. I mean, it's obvious why I would, but it made me think of that. And I haven't seen that movie or thought of that movie in a long time. So that could be good for you. I'm also seeing Pocahontas here. That could be a good movie for you. I mean, that's literally, she's like, looks like the grandmother, the tree, you know. Pocahontas' grandmother. We love her. We love the grandmother tree. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here is, yeah, stepping into your power. And if there's something that you've already been considering starting, whether, again, it's a book that you're looking at reading, or like a class you're considering taking for like the zebra person or for the raccoon, if it's like a project that you're wanting to start or a shift in your career, release the fear around that. If there's any sort of fear and insecurity, okay, and know that you're having that urge for a reason that's divinely guided, and trust that, okay? Trust that urge. Trust that, because that's coming directly from your spirit guides and from this person, okay? So let me try to get some little cards here. We've got Wake Up. That's crazy. That's crazy. We're talking about this moon card, and she's sleeping, and oh my gosh. Yeah, there's something big that you're supposed to like start on your own. And that's going to bring you two together. Because again, I'm getting the sense that you have to be established. So you guys are starting something new. You're starting something new, and it's going to be creating this sense of establishment, opening up your heart chakra. It's going to be manifesting this reunion. So your spirit guides are trying to help you do that on the other side. Yeah, you've got a lot of people on the other side trying to get to you. Okay, micro. So some of the signs that they're sending to you, they might not be anything huge. They might be small, but they're like, you've got to wake up and you've got to start seeing these small signs. It could be synchronicities. It could be a butterfly landing on your lap. You know, look at that butterfly. What color is it? You know, figure out what that is. Like if you see repeating numbers, look that up. hit Google real quick and see what you get, because I don't know if you've noticed, but you can Google like what does 333 mean, and you might get something different every time. So like looking further into that, okay? Or if you see 333, picking up the book closest to you and turning to page 3 or 33 or 333. You know what I mean? Like something like that, like trying to go further with that, because they're really wanting to see some effort on your side, like to show that they are getting through to you so that they can deepen that and continue to give you bigger messages and speak to you more. Okay, so when will they be together? Can we get some when? When will this union take place? When will the reunion happen? We've got nurture. Yeah, you guys are nurturing yourselves right now. Bad intentions. Okay. And it fell on the side. Okay. What I'm getting from this. Okay, this is pretty clear. So if you're wanting to be with this person so badly right now, why are you wanting to be with them? Okay. Is it because you don't want to be alone? Is there a fear of being alone? Oh, Lynn and Stella, Fear of Being Alone. What a great song. But no, is there a little bit of fear that you have, or just dislike of being on your own? You know, are you feeling really lonely? Loneliness is a natural, normal emotion. Okay, we all feel that. We're humans. I feel like every human feels lonely just because we're just on earth, to be honest, like, and we don't belong here. Like, it's okay to feel lonely, but like say you're feeling really lonely, you're feeling a lack of love and romance in your life, and so you're craving this person. That's not how you want to manifest this connection. That's not going to work. Okay? You've got to meet those needs on your own. So if you're feeling lonely, how can you comfort yourself? How can you nurture yourself and make yourself feel less lonely? If you're feeling a lack of love, how can you pull some of that into your life and show yourself some love, and maybe start up some friendships or hang out with some of your friends or family that, sorry, what's going on right now with my throat chakra? I feel like what I'm saying must be pretty accurate here. Yeah, hanging out with people, doing things that will make you have this feeling of love and of belonging rather than lonely, okay? So I actually have a video on this channel about loneliness, like why you're feeling lonely and how you can channel that. So if you want to look into that. Okay, so what else? Oh my, we got thighs that popped out. Okay. We've got sick. Some of you guys may have a little bit of some body image issues, okay? And again, that's not coming into this fully established and fully loving yourself. So it can be things like that as well. This connection is going to be better when you guys heal these things before coming together. Because, okay, say that you don't have a healthy body image and you come into this connection with these insecurities, you may read things that your partner does completely wrong. They may say something and then you take it like they're not attracted to you. They think your thighs are too big. They are attracted to this other person more than you. And that they're just not attracted to you. When in reality, it's not true. That's not true, but your insecurity is feeding you that idea. What if you come into this connection and you don't have that at all, and you feel super confident and secure in yourself? Look at how that's gonna, you know what I mean? You're going to avoid the insecurities that could, potentially lead to jealousy and arguments and fighting. So you'll avoid all of that. Okay, when will these two come together? Can we get a when? Religion. Interesting. What's this right here? Avoidant attachment in reverse. Okay, so healing attachment styles. Okay. What about religion? Partner. What is this religion and partner? Male. Condition. Control and sensing. Okay, some of you may have some religious trauma also, okay? So if you grew up in a very restrictive kind of religion, that may be something that needs to be healed by you or your person here, whoever that resonates for. Some of that needs to be healed, okay, before you guys can come together. And that may be why this zebra person was a little scared of spirituality. They may have been closed off to it altogether. Or maybe the zebra was more religious and the raccoon person over here was very spiritual, and that scared them because they didn't understand that. You know what I mean? And the raccoon was really triggered by the zebra's more traditional religious kind of affiliation or beliefs. When, if that is your person and you have unconditional love for them, true unconditional love, that's not going to trigger you. That won't bother you. And don't get me wrong. It's still a decision to be made whether or not you can, have a home together, raise children together with these types of differences. And I'm not trying to diminish the importance of that here at all. I just mean, you would still be able to have love for that person and to not say, well, you're wrong and that's stupid. And that's, so the raccoon, specifically, may have been really triggered by that. Whoever had the religious trauma here may have been really triggered by that. Well, that's ridiculous. How could you believe that? Why do you want to do things that way? Don't you know that's stupid? Don't you know that's fake and it's not true? Well, that right there, that shows that healing has not happened yet. Okay, because you're still being very triggered, and that's okay. I actually relate to that a whole lot. So money, also, I'm getting more established, being established, physical touch, sneaky, third party. Oh, so for some of y'all, maybe that cheater thing did mean something else. Okay, is there anything to do with win? Can we get a more solid win? As of right now, as of the time of this reading, when will these two have communication? Got betrayal. Okay, what's this? In the winter. In the winter. Okay, so for some of you guys, in the winter, that's a timing right there. What is this betrayal and the third party energy and stuff? What's with the third party energy and the sneaky and the betrayal? What's this about? Oh, those got folded up in there. Oh, and the folded up one came out. What is this? Divine feminine. So, okay. So whoever relates to being the divine feminine in this connection may have been dealing with a third party. Okay, and it could have been that ex. It could have been that divorce situation. It might not have been that they literally cheated or anything. Maybe they were sneakily still checking up on that ex, still looking at them online, and that really hurt the other person. You know what I mean? Still hung up. Maybe they were still hung up on their ex, or when they got triggered, it made them kind of think about their ex more. Maybe for some of you, maybe they went back to the ex. I don't know. Oh, right now. What's this right now about? What about right now? What's this right now? I think that this message is about how, especially if this is your twin, you're always together. And they're really wanting you to focus on that. Enneagram, so your Enneagram types here, quality time. We got quality time and physical touch here. That might be conversation or confirmations for some of you guys, if that's your love language. Can we get anything else for when? Anything else other than in the winter for when? Parent. What's this about parents? Maybe that's another confirmation if one of you has kids. What's parent? I'm not getting any win. I'm sorry, guys, other than in the winter. Again, with this being so divinely guided, I think that is why. Fantasy in the reverse, 17. So maybe the 17th of the month. We also got the number 9. It looks like a B though, so maybe that's somebody's initial, but it is the number 9. So maybe the 9th of the month. We got grandma and parent here. Consent. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there because I keep on shuffling and I'm not really getting, you've got dreams on the back of the deck. Yeah, you guys are definitely already communicating right now in your dreams, okay? So I'm just going to pull a couple cards for advice for you, okay, from Spirit, advice on this connection, and then we're going to leave it at that, okay. Advice for pile 1, Spirit. Whoa, okay, those were ready to come out. What do we get? We've got focus on the positive, yes, 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 and more yes. Cool your emotions, whatever's been triggering you in this connection, maybe looking at that and doing the healing work around that. Again, if it was religion for some of you guys, if it was insecurities that could have stemmed from anything, but we definitely picked up on body image and stuff. Okay, let your fears dissolve. Let your fears dissolve. Yes, yes, yes. Releasing control. Releasing control, trusting in the universe. The universe has your back here. Again, they want you together. They want you guys together. You guys could listen to some heart chakra meditations, if this is a twin thing especially, okay? But with this serpentine, I'm definitely focusing a lot on your heart chakra. Is going to bring this connection together. Okay, any more advice? Okay, what do we get here? Sisterhood of the Rose. Beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher, focusing on your spirituality. Again, in case, Spirit has your back here, you've got plenty of spiritual guidance in this connection. Okay, any more advice from this deck for pile 1? Any more advice for pile 1? There may not be. Can we get one more card for pile 1 here? I'm just going to look at them. Okay. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Yeah, there's something you guys are supposed to start here. And again, it's going to like make you more established. It's going to bring up your vibration a lot. And so your spirit's like, this is how we're trying to help you. This is one of the ways that we're bringing this connection together. We're trying to give you an idea. We're wanting you to start something. Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Absolutely. So remember to look into the little signs, even if they're little bitty, tiny little signs. And you're like, was that a sign? Yes. Yes, it was. Go down the rabbit hole, research it. Like if you have a dream and in your dream, there's a black rabbit in your dream, wake up and Google what, meaning of black rabbit. Like, and you know what I mean? Like really look into that because they're really wanting you, to pick up on what they're trying to say here. It's like you just seeing a black rabbit, unless you sit with it and you're like, how did that make me feel in that dream? What do I feel like that meant? You know what I mean? And if you don't really know, looking into it, trying to really read the message fully and clearly, okay? And then the great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hit, soul tribe. Yes, you guys are meant to be together. It's going to come together, so there's no need to worry. You guys will definitely be together. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get you more of a specific time other than in the winter. But that's what I got. I hope someone's grandma isn't passing away, but we did see grandmother, and I did think of that's a potential. I hate to say that, but I did want to put that out there. So if someone passes away like that, like an older family member or something like that, that could kind of bring you guys together. I don't know. I just wanted to say that, but I think that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. Group 1, good luck with this connection, okay? This is beautiful. You guys definitely, Ace of Wands came out too. You guys definitely have something beautiful to share with the world, okay? You personally and you with your person. So I'm so excited that you're here on my channel at all. I love your energy. Thank you for sharing that with me. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that I'll see you again in the future. Hi, Group 2. If you were drawn to this Peach Moonstone and the Tarot Illuminati deck, this is your reading. This is part 1, and we're going to look at the connection, what's been going on, and like how each person is feeling. So right off the bat, I want to go ahead and put this out there that I'm not picking up a ton of romantic confirmations here. So I'm not going to say that this isn't or, wasn't a romantic connection. But what I'm picking up mostly is that this is like a child and a parent or some other type of family member, something like that. Okay. So I want to put that out there first. And if it was a romantic connection, it was like not a good one. Okay. I'm getting like a lot of domination and control. So I just want to put that out there first, okay? That way, if it doesn't sound like your situation, you can click off and don't feel like you're wasting your time. So person 1 over here, okay? This is the person who would have been in more of that masculine energy, but a toxic masculine energy, okay? Where they have a hunger for control and dominating. And I don't know, for some of you, it did come from a place of overbearing, an overbearing need for like protection, like to protect those around them that they love. Sure. For some of you, I could see we're at the root of that. They thought they were doing what they needed to do, what was right, being a provider, being a protector. But either way, they are still unhealthy in the sense that like they don't know how to like look at their wrongdoings and take accountability. They don't want to learn to grow and change and be different. They really struggle to hear other people out. And so, yeah, I just pick up a lot of like toxic masculinity here. This person, I feel like the way that they are with those closest to them, like their family, whoever they live with, is very different than the way that they are with the rest of the world. So the way that they present themselves to the world is much more put together, very calm, cool, collected, kind-natured, just honestly a good overall person, definitely protector, provider, responsible. I feel like if this person is a parent, most people are like, man, they're a great parent, from the outside looking in, unless they like see a lot more of what's going on. But I'd say for the most part, this person has like a decent reputation. They may have some form of status actually as well that's just like respected. They're just a respected person. Um, Mostly is what I'm getting here, okay? But now the way that they are with their loved ones and the ones closest to them is very, very different. So they can be very manipulative, specifically with like gifts, material items. Like they want to try to not even so much like buy their love, but like buy their cooperation. Okay, that's what it is. They want to buy their cooperation. They're like, hey, I want you to do this right here. And their child or whoever they're dealing with is like, well, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. Well, then I'm going to take this away and you can't have that anymore. You can't have your car anymore or your, whatever, just taking things away. And I don't mean like grounding them, in a form of disciplinary punishment. I mean, literally, it could be like a personal choice that this other person is making. They're like, well, I don't want to do that. That's not how I feel, and I don't want to do that. And so this person over here, the deer, okay, we're going to call them the deer. This is our deer person. They're like, well, fine, then I'm going to take your favorite toy away, basically. And then in the opposite, in the other sense, it's like they want you to do this, so it's bribery, right? Like, hey, well, if you will do this thing that I'm wanting you to do, then I'll buy you that new game that you've been wanting, right? Like if you go to this college and get this degree, then I'll buy you this brand new sports car. But if you don't, and you go to the community college here and you stay home, or you don't go to college at all, I'm not getting you a car. I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? It's like they'll use gifts in a very manipulative way, a way to control. This person definitely values control. I feel like they share a lot too, like share personal things that like maybe you wouldn't want them to share. Like if you were a close person around them, like they might talk behind your back. And even if they're not talking about you, like you hear them talking about other people behind their back. So definitely like a real gossipy kind of person. And for some of you, they literally are a male. This could be like a father or something, or a male in your life, but it doesn't have to be. It's just that masculine energy, okay? And I mean, we've got cold and in the summer together. So what I got from that is cold even in the summer. You know what I mean? This person is it's interesting because they come off again like put together and just like a great stable person, but actually when it comes to like hearing the needs of those around them and listening to their feelings and understanding them, they just aren't able to do that. They just don't have those types of skills. I don't get a lot of emotional intelligence from this person really. And I feel like they're just really detached in that way. Like they probably don't really feel a lot of guilt, if I'm being honest, over things. If they've hurt their child or hurt their partner or whoever, again, is closest to them, and they hurt them, I don't know if they're able to feel really bad about it. They may act as though they do, but I just get a lot of fake energy from them, a lot of manipulation, okay? And again, it's like it's going to be different depending on your situation and the person. For some of them, they're just not great people. I'm just going to be honest. For others, they just are unhealthy and they don't know any better, okay? So take whatever resonates there. But looking at the other person over here in the connection, okay, this person had to get out of this connection. This person had to get away, whether this was a child who put up boundaries with their parent to the point where they're like not even talking to them, a sibling that got really toxic. It could have been a romantic partner that was like very controlling, like abusive, I would get, honestly. Whatever this was, it was toxic, okay? This is our butterfly person over here. It was toxic for the butterfly. They knew it, they felt it, but for a while they weren't able to get out of it. So it does give me like a child, okay? For a while they really had no control. They felt like there just was nothing that they could do. And as soon as they could, they flew the coop, like they got the hell out of Dodge and didn't look back. and their back is still turned toward this connection. They are trying to get out there and see the world and do their thing. They're definitely in a state of transition, of growth. So again, it gives me someone who may have just left home for the first time, or if they were isolated for a very long time and lost themselves, they're having to rebuild, find themselves again. But this is all about stepping into independence. And right now they haven't completely done that. They're battling with it. They're grappling with their own identity, their own independence, their own place in this world. They're trying to find balance because they never really knew balance. They gave up everything to this other person, and this other person wouldn't have had it any other way. Again, this is like, if you don't comply, I'm taking this away from you. But if you cooperate, if you do this, then your life's going to be a whole lot easier, because I'm going to shower you with gifts, with validation, with money, with anything that's going to make your life easier. It's like conditional love, okay? In the purest sense here, conditional love. Oh my gosh, sorry. My phone started ringing. So, wow, that's a confirmation right there. And that is sad as fuck. And I'm so sorry if you are resonating with this butterfly person, which I would assume most of you are, because I don't feel like a lot of you would have wanted to listen to what I said about the deer. And if you resonate with the deer, I'm really sorry. As I said, it's going to be different levels of extremity depending on the situation, okay? But back to our butterfly person over here. They never really had a true sense of who they were, because they couldn't, because this other person had so much control over who they were, what they looked like, how they presented in the world, what they did, their extracurricular activities. If this was a kid, like their parent or whoever they chose all of that for them. They didn't care how the butterfly felt. It didn't matter. The butterfly craved connection, okay? The butterfly craved just unconditional love. They didn't know what that felt like. This is so sad. It's like making my heart ache. They just wanted to be seen for who they really were, and they had to stuff it down for so long that at this point they don't even know. They're trying to figure out who they really are because they haven't seen it in so long. It was not accepted. It was shunned by whoever they were around. It was not accepted. It wasn't enough. And so the butterfly is dealing with a lot of self-worth issues, which, in turn over here, the deer person actually has self-worth issues too, or they wouldn't act like this. They're putting their worth in this connection, especially like if this is a parent, okay? They're having to prove their identity and their worth and their value through their child. Well, my child is so great, and my child is awesome, and my child is a star, so that means that I'm a great parent and I'm a wonderful person, and, I'm successful. So it could kind of be like that too if this was an abusive partner too. Again, they don't have self-worth. They're not secure in themselves. They wouldn't treat other people like this. They need power. They need control because they don't know what to do without it. So the butterfly person, they picked this up, okay? They learned, which is not true, but they learned, they were taught by this person that their true self wasn't enough. Their true self was not worthy of love, in an unconditional sense, and it never would be. And so they had to look perfect, act perfect, speak perfectly. They really had to strive for perfection in just such an unhealthy sense. And again, they knew it didn't feel good, so they had to get out of there. But now they're trying to make sense of what happened, okay? They're trying to put the pieces together here. I think that they have a lot of anxiety from what they've had to deal with, a lot of trauma, okay? They may be like literally in a freeze state. They may dissociate a lot. Real scatterbrained kind of energy with meditate in the reverse position here. They may have grown up, like if this was a parent and they had no control over their life, yeah, they may have grown up learning to dissociate in order to protect themselves from the trauma, from those emotions that they were feeling that it was too painful to feel. So they had to stuff it down and turn it off and stop feeling it. So now they're real spacey. People may not understand them a lot, I don't feel like it's that people don't like them. I think the butterfly is actually a very beautiful person. They probably are like very attractive. They attract a lot of people. I think they have a very sweet energy. They may be prone to like codependency because of what they've dealt with over here of giving themselves up for other people, So if they're a people pleaser, of course people are going to love them. But they're trying to step out of that. They're trying to learn how to say no, how to use boundaries. And this is very new for the butterfly. It's kind of scary, They're out here on their own and they've never done anything on their own. They've never been able to make their own decisions because they weren't given the luxury of doing that. They didn't have that freedom. And so now that they do have to make decisions, it's like almost impossible. They're so indecisive that just like picking an item at the grocery store might literally be such a struggle. And again, this is trauma. Like this is their trauma. The butterfly person, they can't keep a secret, okay? This person is so far from manipulative. They're so far from what they came from over here. They could not manipulate a person if they tried. They cannot lie. If they feel as though they've done something wrong, their conscience will drive them crazy. Their conscience will drive them crazy. They have to spill the beans like as soon as possible. They're just very much like, this is me. This is how I feel. Like it's just all out there, like probably inappropriate self-disclosure. They just don't know how to hold back. So they probably overshare. They might even trauma dump a little bit and they don't mean to. They don't really know that they're doing that. They don't understand that they're doing that. Okay, so I think this is karmic for the butterfly within another life here. I think that this was definitely karmic for them, okay? And they're trying to pull themselves out of this karmic cycle, and I think they're doing a great job, okay? With the butterfly being upright right here, it's showing me that they are doing a lot of transforming, a lot of changing. And so they're kind of hoping that maybe in their next life that karmic slate there will be clean and they will not be having to go through this same pile of shit that they did this time. With I can't forgive you, again, I feel like the butterfly is the person that went away from this connection. They are still struggling to forgive, okay? And we have over here, I'm feeling insecure. I need you to validate me and I need you to listen to me. And that's what they never got. They never got this from this other person. They're deeply insecure, okay? Deeply insecure. Again, like unworthiness. And they do need validation. They need validation from anyone and everyone at this point. And they're trying to learn how to not need that, but it's just built into them. You know, it's been ingrained on their brain. And I need you to listen to me. They never were listened to. They never were listened to. It didn't matter what they wanted. It didn't matter how they felt. I hate this for the butterfly. I'm glad that they did leave this because they needed to. They had to, honestly, in order to survive, because they were already put through so much that, again, they like might dissociate and stuff now. With I was scared. It's like they're still scared. They're still going through it. It's on the side here. Like they're still dealing with what they went through with this person over here. And again, I get that they're like, for a lot of these people, in a freeze state at all times, high anxiety. So let's go to the connection as a whole over here, okay? We do have the peach moonstone. There is love here. Even though this was dysfunctional, even though this was toxic, even though the deer person did not treat the butterfly person great, there is love here. Again, for some of you, the deer didn't mean to push the butterfly away. And the deer person, for some of you, might be like, what? Why are they not talking to me? Why did they shut me out? Why did they leave me? What did I do? They're just not self-aware. They're not self-aware. They don't get it. Because I feel like they wanted the best for the butterfly and they want to make the butterfly successful and make sure that the butterfly is set up for life and taken care of, but they pushed them away. They pushed them away. We've got the beaver here. So again, that's giving me family. A lot of that is provider, protector energy, but we've got the emperor right next to it. And with the way that the deer person's coming across, I would take this as an emperor who has gone over to the bad side. We literally got bad intentions under it. Yeah, wow. Funny. This emperor has bad intentions in the sense that they are using their power for bad. They're using their power to undermine other people, to control other people. Even if for some of you it does come, sorry, I'm having so many like little confirmation burps coming out here. Even if for some of you this does come from a place of love and wanting to protect, they're power hungry. They're still control hungry. Even if they're not seeing it, they are starving for control. They've got to have that, okay? With fundamental attribution error, I think this person's very judgmental. Again, I think they talk about people a lot behind their back, and they've maybe made the butterfly feel this way. You know, they judge the butterfly. Like the butterfly cannot step out of line for 1 second, or their whole character is damned. Their whole character is shit. You know, it's like, it's not that they were having a bad day. It wasn't their behavior. It's who they are. That's the fundamental attribution error. Fake news here. Yeah. So there was a lot of that, okay? Because the deer person told the butterfly person who they were, and it wasn't true. It wasn't true. Again, if they did anything bad, it was, well, that's just who you are, and you're just bad. Not, you acted bad, you are bad. okay? And then again, in the other sense, it's like they kind of created the identity for the butterfly. Well, this is what you're going to do in your life. This is who you are. This is what you're going to do, and that's that. Fake news. It's not who the butterfly really is. It's not what the butterfly really wants. But it didn't matter. And it got spread to the whole town, to the whole world, okay? So like the butterfly's reputation is what the deer made it. The butterfly is known for whatever the deer wanted them to be known for. So it's like the butterfly feels like, well, no one even really knows me. Like this whole time, like for some of them, their whole life, if this was a child-parent thing, and for a relationship, for however long they were in that connection, it's like nobody knows who I am because that whole time, the way that I was being represented was false. It's not even me, and I don't even know who I really am, but I know it's not that. So it's like so much confusion for the butterfly. Okay, I think that they also dealt with, obviously, some very heavy emotions because they were going through so much and they weren't able to express it. And with depression on the side here, whenever they did try to express it, again, they were judged by the deer person. And they were judged very unfairly and made to feel like, ew, like what? Like there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? Like they weren't accepted. They weren't nurtured. They weren't given emotional support. They were just shunned for that. That was not accepted, okay? Anything that was not perfect in the deer's eyes was shunned and not accepted. So the butterfly person, we've got the Three of Wands over here on their side. There's just so much separation here. I mean, I know this is no contact, but the fact that 2 tarot cards came out instead of 1 to define the connection, and one's on this side and one's on that side, you're just in very different energies, okay? The deer person, they're still the emperor. They are still holding control. Yeah, they are still wanting to have all the control, all of the power. And the butterfly person, they're starting over. They are planning, making plans for their life and for themselves for the first time, probably for the first time in a long time or the first time ever. And they don't really know where they're going yet. They don't really know what they want to do or who they really are, but they're figuring it out. They're figuring it out, and there's a lot of encouragement here, a lot of hope, okay? They definitely have a lot of hope. They're being spiritually guided, and I don't even know if they know what that means yet for some of these people, but they're figuring it out. And then also for the center, we've got, you don't know me anymore, come closer. So the deer person, you know, they may feel as though they've changed. For some of them, maybe if this has been a no contact situation for a while, I'm sure that they're missing the butterfly. Okay, and for some of you, they do have more love than others. For some, it's like, again, they're just really not great people. For others, they are feeling this. They're feeling hurt. They're feeling shut out. And they are willing to compromise, but they don't really know how to do that because they don't even know what they did wrong. They don't get it. They don't get it. And they feel like they're losing time, especially if this is a child. They're like, man, my child now, they won't talk to me and I have no control over them because they're grown and they've left. And now how will I ever get to them? And I don't feel like I know them anymore. I don't know what's going on in their life. I don't know if they're safe. I don't know who they're around. I don't know what they're doing. And that's me. That's mine. That's my, like they feel attached to you. If that's their child, they feel like that's my, they are my mini-me. What is the word I'm looking for? Just like a plus one. Like they are a manifestation of me, like an attachment to me. And so they feel like it's wrong that I'm not in their life. It's just wrong. It just feels so wrong on a soul level. Just, it doesn't feel right. I need them, I need to be in their life and they need me. And the butterfly doesn't need them. That's not true. They don't. But will you guys reconcile? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's look at part 2 now and see whether or not this connection will be coming back together. Okay, group 2 with the Peach Moonstone and the Tarot Illuminati deck, okay? This is your reading. This is part 2. All right. So first of all, will you guys reconcile? Will you guys make up? Yes. I definitely see that here, okay? I mean, we literally have happy ending that came out, okay? We've got the Empress at the very back of the deck. I love that. We love that. The Empress is unconditional love, and so this is beautiful. I think this is a big spiritual lesson for the both of you. Again, I definitely picked up that the butterfly person was going through some karmic stuff here. And with the deer not being very self-aware, I feel like this is going to push them to grow, okay? I feel like this is going to push them to be more self-aware if they want the butterfly in their life. So this is actually very beautiful. I'm not going to say for every single one of you, because I did pick up again that like for some of you, the deer person just was not a good person and they're not going to change. But I mean, for the majority of you, that's not the case. For the majority of you, the deer person does want to protect the butterfly and they don't understand their toxic behavior. They don't understand it, okay? So this is going to push them to learn more about themselves and to change. So absolutely, you guys are going to be coming back together here. Communication is being manifested by someone here, probably the deer person, because I'm getting by words. I feel like they're talking about it a lot. So I think that they are talking about missing the butterfly, wanting to see the butterfly. How am I going to get to the butterfly? Like, how am I going to make this happen? Okay. They're also thinking a lot about it. I mean, they are dreaming up ways that they can get to the butterfly. They are going to make it happen. They are determined to bring this connection back together. They're just looking at all the different possibilities. Like, how could I do it? You know, again, it's pushing them to grow because they miss them so much. And so they're going to have to look at what they've done wrong and how they've hurt the butterfly in order to push them away in the first place. For some of you, there's some writing going on here too, and that may be manifesting this as well. So if someone is writing about it, I feel like the butterfly may write as a form of just release anyway, like in making sense of their emotions. We did kind of get that spaciness, and so they may feel more grounded after they journal. And so I feel like the butterfly definitely is writing about this. And for some of you, you may get a letter, okay? You may get a letter, and it could be from either person. It could be a letter of apology, a letter of just making, just putting themselves out there like, hey, I want to make up, okay? Or for some, like if it's from the butterfly, like, hey, I know I haven't talked to you in a long time. I do hope you're doing well, and I've been thinking of you, and I just wanted to let you know I'm okay. It could be like a postcard for some of you too. It could be something like that. For sure, I could see that happening. But I mean, there's just so much energy here of reconciliation. We have 3 of Cups here as well. We've got the Chariot. It's divinely guided. Again, it's a spiritual lesson for you guys. So you are meant to reconcile with happy ending here too. You are meant to make up. And so for, again, the vast majority of you, this is a familial connection. So you're not meant to go the rest of your life not speaking to this family member, okay? That's not how it's supposed to be. It's just you needed this time apart in order to heal, in order to be triggered to heal. So, and for some of you, if that was a romantic connection that ended very badly, there could be forgiveness and reconciliation here as well, and a cleaning of the slate and some peacemaking if that person has taken accountability and chosen to grow and to better themselves. For some of you, you may come back together. This is kind of weird because this came out last time too, over a funeral or something, okay? Like if someone passes away in the family, especially if this is a family member you're dealing with, that would make a lot of sense. If another family member passes on and you guys have to see each other at the funeral or the visitation or whatever, and it could be a masculine person here, so like an older masculine person in your life. Interesting. Also, though, I'm getting, with divine masculine berry escapism, like the deer is, they're getting rid of this lack of self-awareness. They're getting rid of this lack of self-awareness, okay, and this lack of emotional intelligence because they miss the butterfly so much. So they're like, I'm burying that old self. I'm shedding my old skin. I want to be a better person. I want to be a better parent or whatever, whoever this is, they just want to be a better person in this connection. They want to show up and be there and be that emotional support that the butterfly needed. I think they're starting to open their heart up to hearing the butterfly out, which is honestly very hard for them to do. They just don't really do that for other people. But they're learning a lot from the butterfly. The butterfly is like a little angel in their life and probably in a lot of people's lives. I do see that when you guys come back together, you may be surprised at how happy it is. Like, I feel like it's going to be a very joyous reunion after everything you've been through. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, like you're going to be having fun. You're going to be laughing as you're catching up. You're going to be telling funny stories. The butterfly is going to be telling the deer about everything they've experienced and what they've been doing on their own and like how their life has been. on their own. And the deer person's going to be secretly like, oh my God, I'm so worried that you're telling me this. It's like terrifying me. Like so many things could have happened. They could have been hurt, they put themselves in danger, but they're going to listen and they're going to try to relax and remind themselves that the butterfly is all grown and the butterfly can do what they want to do now, and that they just have to let go of control. So yeah, when is this going to come into union here? Like, when will you guys make up? Well, it has a lot to do with the butterfly, okay? So while the deer is doing a lot of manifesting, a lot of talking about this and thinking about this and putting a lot of their energy into the butterfly and to this connection, the butterfly, again, they're going through a huge transformation. And so this has a lot to do with them and where they are at in their journey, because the butterfly will have to be firm enough in their own identity and in their own boundaries. You know what I mean? Like, they have to know how to protect themselves so that when they come back into contact with this deer person, they can love them and have a connection with them and enjoy this relationship, but still put up boundaries and still protect themselves, okay? And be able to tell the deer person when they need space or when the deer person has hurt them. The butterflies building that up for themselves, okay? They're thickening their skin. They are making sure that they have, strong enough armor to be able to withstand this connection, because this is a very overbearing, domineering kind of person that they're dealing with. And with it being what seems like a parent especially, it's like they have a lot of influence over the butterfly. And so the butterfly has to make sure that they're standing firm enough on their own 2 feet and that they're very sure of who they are, how they feel, what they think, so that they're not swayed too much by this other person and kind of sent back into that karmic cycle, because they want to be done with that, okay, for sure. They are not trying to move backwards. They're only interested in moving forward. So if they were to come back too soon and this connection got really toxic again, they would leave. They'd be like, bye, I'm out. Like, I tried it and it didn't work and I'm out again. So they're going to be spooked very easily. So it has to be the right timing. They have to be able to truly protect themselves and just truly know who they are. But yeah, for some of you, I also got fall here. So it could be in the fall. But I'm feeling like, actually, if anything, like the very beginning of fall, the end of summer, because we also have the Empress here. So I'm thinking like summertime, May. With the Magician, though, it could be, I don't know. I was going to say like the first of the month. I'm thinking number 1, like after a year. So take whatever kind of resonates here. It kind of depends on your situation and how long you haven't been in contact. But I definitely see these kind of timelines popping up. So the fall, particularly the end of summer, beginning of fall, Taurus season, the first of the month. The first of the month for sure. Cancer season for some of you, though, I'm seeing too, which that'd be kind of more, that's summertime too. So yeah, I guess that's really sticking. That does make a lot of sense here. Yeah, I'm seeing water energy and I'm thinking that for sure. Okay, so let's get you guys now. Let's close this out with some advice cards, okay? Let's get you a little bit of advice on this situation, on this connection, okay? For group 2. Advice for group 2. Can we get some advice for group 2 on dealing with this? Okay. We've got awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Absolutely. So I think both of you are experiencing this in different ways. And the butterflies awakening is what's really going to determine the timing of this coming together. What else did we get here? Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle, for sure. And so I think that the deer is having to raise their vibration in order to manifest this connection. And so I don't think that they're like talking badly about the butterfly when they're talking. I think that they're saying good things. They're saying, I wish I could talk to them. I hope they're doing well. Have you heard from them? Will you tell me how they're doing? So it's only putting positive energy around the connection from their end. reading from this deck. Can we get some advice for group 2? That was a whole lot. Okay, that one wanted to stay. Whoop. Be proud of yourself. Oh, last quarter moon in Taurus. We got Taurus again. Be proud of yourself. Yeah, because this butterfly person does need to be, they don't need to be needing any validation or dependent on the validation or approval of the dear person. And so until they get to that place where they don't need approval and they don't need validation, this connection, it won't be healthy for them. It just won't. They won't be able to be around this person. So the butterfly is definitely having to learn how to give themselves that validation. Any other advice from this deck? Oh my goodness, what am I doing right now? That one kind of wanted to show up. Okay, what's this say? Step up and lead. New moon in Capricorn, and I did get first of the month or first of the year for some of you, so okay. Oh, be real. Be real, absolutely. The butterfly's trying to figure out what that even means. Like, who is their real self, you know? Any last advice for group 2 in dealing with this connection? Advice for group 2 or timing, okay? Take a reality check. Okay, be real and take a reality check. Okay, and we have Capricorn showing up here twice. So we definitely have some earth energy here. So maybe one of you guys are an earth sign or something like that. We also have air energy though too. And I saw a lot of water, but I'm picking that up because this is very emotional. I mean, yeah, this is, yeah. Again, definitely getting family connections here. So, wow, you guys have been through a lot. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for this struggle. This is intense, okay? I've been through something like this, okay, myself. Like if this is a family member, I have gone without speaking to a family member for years, and we did get a happy ending. We're okay now. And so don't lose hope. If you do want this person back in your life, this is divinely connected, okay? And it will happen when the timing is right, okay? You guys can still have a relationship with each other, and you can still make that a beautiful connection. It's just knowing boundaries, okay? And knowing our own worth, and just being able to put other people in their place when we need to, okay? Like, no, like you're overstepping the boundary, okay? And you've got this. You guys are going to figure that out, and everything's going to work out in your favor, okay? So I hope that this reading was helpful for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you liked it, please consider giving me a thumbs up so that I'll know, and I can create more videos like this. And please consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see when I upload more videos. If you already are subscribed, thank you so much. I love you. I'm so happy to have you here. Thankful for your energy, and I hope that you guys have a great day or night, and that I will see you again in the future. Hey group 3, if you were drawn to this ocean jasper stone and the Tarot del Toro deck, this is your reading. This is part 1, okay, where we're going to focus on the energy between you and this person that you're asking about, and just each of you in your own respective right in this connection, okay, like kind of what part you played here, who each of you are. So, first of all, before I get into this, there may be something to do with water here. I don't know, I was just picking that up. I mean, we've got ocean jasper here, and then we've got a buffalo over here, and I just was thinking a lot about water. So maybe one of you live near like a large body of water. Like you could live next to an ocean. It could be like, you know, a river in your town, or you could live in like a little lake town, like something like that. Like wherever you live, there may be a large body of water nearby. So take it if it resonates. If not, it's totally fine. Just maybe a confirmation for someone. Okay, aside from that, like, let's just get in here. This is a secret. Oh my God, I didn't even mean to say secret. What in the? That was super weird. I was going to say this is a sexy, spicy connection. That's super awkward that I just said secret on accident. Okay, well, I hope it's not a secret. You ain't got to keep your sexual relationship secret, pile 3. What are you up to? Don't be scandalous. Okay. Wow, that's very weird. So for some of you, maybe so. Maybe this person was your dirty little secret at one point or another. What in the hell? Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying though. This is a super spicy, sexy connection, okay? This is a sexual connection. Most definitely. It's everywhere, okay? So this is counterpart energy for sure, okay? And not only counterparts, but you're showing up as the King and Queen of Wands. So again, lot of fire energy, a lot of sexual passion, a lot of attraction. Let's start over here with person 1 though, okay? So they are showing up as the Buffalo and the King of Wands, definitely more masculine energy, and they're definitely off balance right now, okay, with them both showing up in reverse positions here. It's just telling me that they're not really in balance right now in one way or another. And not only that, they're obsessed with the divine feminine over here. Like, they are obsessing over this other person and over this connection, okay? They are focused, like Ariana Grande, Focus on Me. I keep getting so many songs popping up already. I always have a group that's like giving me a bunch of songs. So maybe this is that group. So maybe one of you are musicians or something like that, or you're just like a super music nerd and you just like love music. Okay, so with person 1 over here, this more masculine energy, they don't have to be literally a male. We're just saying masculine energy, okay? So take whatever resonates there. But this person has maybe been through a divorce. That's showing up here to kind of describe them and who they are. We've also got skinny, so maybe they're like tall and lean. We've also got fall. Maybe they have a birthday in the fall. Maybe you guys met in the fall. Something to do with the autumn season here. This person, though, they're very intense, okay? That's one thing about them. One thing about me, I'm intense. That's what this person's saying, okay? They are. They're a lot. They're a lot to handle. Maybe other people don't know that. Maybe they do. For some of you, this person could be more introverted and other people don't really, like, they wouldn't see that coming. For some of you, it's out there on display for the whole world to see. But it doesn't really matter because I'm talking about in this connection, this person's intense, okay? They're a lot to handle. They may get fired up pretty easily. I feel like they want to have sex all the dang time. They are, for some of you, just loud and kind of boisterous. For others of you, it may not be literally the volume. It's just their energy. They may be real goofy. It's just, they're a lot, okay? They're a lot. Yeah, and I think when they're comfortable with someone, it's just, they just lay it all out there. And so I think you saw that about this person. Like, you saw all of that. You know, you saw their goofy sides. You saw their anger as well. Like, if they got heated up, they didn't hold anything back. This is definitely not a person who's holding stuff back here, okay? They are going through some kind of spiritual awakening, though, all right? So, yeah, they're definitely... Yeah, they're changing. They're changing spiritually. They are up leveling in one way or another. And with their messages to the other person here, we've got, I can't even look at you. It's too late. I can still taste it, and I want to reach out to you. So this person, they're super horny, first of all. When they think about you, fired up, fired up. They do want to reach out to you, but they're scared, okay? There's definitely some fear here holding them back. Again, they're not standing fully in their power right now, so I don't know if they will in the near future. Maybe they will work up the courage to do that. Again, they're just off balance for one reason or another here. With I can't look at you, they may be blocked, okay? They may actually, this person over here may have this more masculine energy blocked. And with it's too late, they are definitely feeling this sense of urgency. They are worried about time, okay? They are worried that this other person is going to get snatched up because this other person's super sexy too, okay? So let's go over here. This person, okay, number 2, we'll call person 1, this is our Buffalo person in our masculine, okay, King of Wands. Person 2, we've got the Peacock and we've got Queen of Wands, okay? So this person, she is standing in her power. She is standing in her power and she's focused on herself. She is, but she's also secretly focused on the connection, okay? And I say she because we're talking about feminine. Again, it does not have to be a female body, but this is feminine energy. Very feminine energy, let me just say, because again, she is standing in her power. She is attracting. She's magnetic. She's drawing people in. She is sexy, okay? And she knows who she is. She knows what she wants. Like, she's standing firm in her identity. I think she shares it just with ease. Like, she's not afraid to share who she is with the world. So maybe that's online or something too. Like, if the Buffalo King of Wands person is watching her, he's seeing that, like, she's, again, standing in her power, just being herself. She's just not afraid to share herself with the world and just show who she really is. Maybe some spirituality stuff going on here. Again, this person's going through a spiritual, like, awakening, whereas this person over here, the feminine, she is standing in her power and she is embracing her spirituality. She's used to getting a lot of attention, okay? She does not have to go out and look for a date. I feel like her DMs are popping. And I think that she's got lots of options all around her. I don't think she's real impressed with them, though. I think a lot of the people who are in her DMs, she's like, are you kidding me? Like, and I'm not saying she's a bitch. I just mean she finds it a little comical, maybe, some of the people that try to like get a date with her or get some of her time, because they're just so not on her level. And it's not in a bitchy way. It's just, it's real. It's the truth, you know. She's got people, she's got some scrubs trying to climb up on to her ship, okay? And she's like, no, there's no room for you here. Go get your own ship, okay? So she does not deal with clingy leeches or anything like that, okay? But I do think that she's trying to make it look as though she's having a lot more fun than what she really is, because again, she's secretly still worried about this connection. But we've got promote, and underneath it we've got let's turn the fuck up. So I feel like, and I'm not saying she's not having fun, I think that she's making sure she's always having a good time, whatever she's doing, but she may be promoting it a little more, okay? Promoting it a little heavier than what it actually is in reality. And that could be with dating as well. She may be looking as though she's dating or entertaining these potential people more than what she really is. So with the messages down here, we've got I don't trust you, I'm scared, and we've got you are the best I've ever had. And then we already said the let's turn the fuck up, okay? So yeah, I think that she is scared that she's not going to find someone like this King of Wands, because she felt that counterpart energy, even though it wasn't like fully synced up. She is more in tune with her spirituality, and she's like, that's my counterpart, like that's my person. And so she's trying to look at her other options, but she's just not impressed. Again, she's just not real impressed. But she is scared to trust this person for one reason or another. So yeah, again, for some of you, with the way I said secret accidentally, maybe she felt like this person kept her a secret because they weren't done with their divorce. They weren't wrapped up. That wasn't wrapped up yet fully or something like that. That'll be for a few of you. Otherwise, there's one reason or another that she just doesn't trust this person, okay? I did see some third-party stuff here. I do want to say that. So like, there may have been something with work, because we have wealthy and sex and like the triangle in between them. And so I just kind of got like, yeah, losing sight of what's really important here. And maybe someone had a little thing with their coworker or something like that. And that could be why the feminine isn't trusting the masculine. It could also be that the third party is literally his job, and she could just be feeling like he's not making time for her and she's not going to stand for that anymore. Yeah. Also, there's definitely an attraction to abundance, honestly. Like, that's attractive. I feel like she's going to be more attracted to this masculine when he's standing in his power and really established and really stable, and able to show like, hey, I can provide for you, I can protect you. And maybe he's not there yet. So maybe she's like, hey, you're a little boy and I can't deal with this. It could be, I could see a lot of potential situations here. So just, you know, whatever your situation is, this masculine was not in his power in one way or another, and just not acting like he was ready for this type of connection, okay? We've also got Dom Sub in one more time, okay? I just can't get over how much sexual energy is here. So like the feminine's also thinking about this, okay? She's just as horny for the mask as he is for her. Absolutely. And so whenever they were together, I feel like there was a lot of sex, maybe some Dom Sub kind of play going on here. These two are destined to be together. Let's just say it. We got 10 of Cups, okay, to come out as the connection as a whole. These two, when things are lined up and things are in sync, there's so much just joy and love and laughter and light and just beautiful energy surrounding this connection. But then we've got the Panther. They can get, when they get mad and they get fed up with each other's bullshit, they can lash out at one another. And I feel like there's definitely some communication issues here that need to be dealt with. At the end of the day, though, whatever's being said and however they're acting, they're doing so from a place of fear because they don't want to lose this person, okay? There's just so much love at the core here for the other person, and they're both they're both scared of losing that. You know what I mean? The masculine, again, he's just not in his power anyway, so there's just some insecurities here that he needs to deal with. But the feminine has her own insecurities because while she's real secure in herself when it comes to other people, she loves this person over here so much that it still brings up insecurities, okay? So she's worried about those other people at work or the other people around the King of Wands, like people maybe in his DMs. Like normally she wouldn't worry about that because she's like, well, I'm the best that they're going to get. Like, they're, why would they even entertain anything else? But with this person, she cares so much that she does. And she does get a little jealous. She does feel like she's put on the back burner, whether it's his job or another person or like a past relationship, whatever it is. She does get a little jealous and insecure still. And what else do we have down here? We've got unconventional, cradle, and religion, okay? So there were maybe some differences here when it comes to things like children, religion, okay, some values. And that was really big for this connection. And you guys may have argued over that. That may have been part of the reason that you separated because you couldn't figure out how to make things work. How are we going to have a home together when we have, these like what seem to be fundamental differences? Having to find a way to compromise and to make that work and to still respect each other's own opinions, right? So the messages we have in the center here too, you're fucking sexy, I still think about you. And we have them contacting you soon, straight up. So are you guys going to be communicating again? Absolutely. And we have you bring balance into my life. So I think that what's happening right now is this person over here, again, they're having to find some balance before they can even come back around, for one. And secondly, part of the reason they're feeling so off balance is because they just can't stand being without this feminine. And she's feeling that too, but because she's a little bit more in her power, she's not thrown off balance by it. Again, she's still worried about the connection. She's still looking at this other person, thinking about them, missing them, but she's not thrown off balance in their absence. Where this masculine, they're like, what am I going to do to get this person back? They're kind of frantic. They're kind of like, I have got to hurry up because my Queen of Wands is about to get swooped up by somebody else, All right, so I think that's what I have here for part 1. Let's go ahead and get into part 2 now and see when and how you guys are going to reconcile. Okay, group 3 with the Ocean Jasper and the Tarot del Toro deck. This is your reading. This is part 2. Okay, so we're looking at whether or not you guys will be reconciling, and when you'll be reconciling. Okay, I just got a weird. Sorry if my energy seems like my tone of voice seems weird. I'm okay. No, I just got like a weird confirmation. This is the third pile where like death has come up, like funeral or like anniversary of someone's funeral, the third time, okay? All 3 piles that has popped up. And in between part 1 and part 2, when I was getting this spread out, I got a text message that someone passed away too. Like a distant kind of like a friend of a distant family friend. I don't know how to explain it. I'm trying to say like I'm not distraught right now because it was not someone that I knew super well. It's still really sad, but it was just kind of weird, like the timing of that. You know what I'm saying? And then first card, I got death card. So just so weird, so weird. I just wanted to share that. So third time in this video that I am saying, for some of you, reconciliation could take place over a funeral or maybe like around the time that's like an anniversary of someone's passing. Sorry, I can't really talk right now. And I hope that's not triggering anyone to talk about that. I just needed to say that because I saw it again. Okay, so how are you guys going to reconcile though? Well, for one, look out, okay? Because the divine masculine in this connection, as we said, is a little bit off balance, okay? Going through some spiritual transitions, and they don't want to wait. They're not going to wait until it's time to come forward. They are going to resist the natural flow of things, and they're going to come on and come forward before it's time. And when I say before it's time, I mean because it's before they've changed, before they have done the healing that is necessary in order to have a productive, successful relationship here. So if you're the divine feminine, be careful, okay? Like when they do come forward, you know, keep your red flag spotter up and out and ready. And I don't mean just totally shun this person if you want to talk to them. And maybe you could get a little bit of reconciliation. I just mean they probably won't be there to stay. And if you try to have a connection with them at this time, it may not work because they have not done the spiritual growth and healing that they need to do on their own before coming back to you, okay? So just remember that. And if you are the divine masculine, just maybe be careful if you're wanting to be impulsive. I mean, I see that as of now, as at the time of this reading, that I see you doing it, but don't hurt yourself further and more by doing this, okay? Yeah, if you're thinking about being impulsive, just know that even if you rush forward and you do talk and you do have words, again, if you do have a little bit of a peaceful conversation even, and maybe that would be good, it's just, it won't be time to have a full-fledged relationship, I don't think, okay? I don't see that happening yet, at least for the majority, because that's what's showing up here. And I also think that you guys are going to be getting messages from your spirit guides when this reconciliation is about to be taking place, okay? Because we have words of affirmation and spirit guide, and we have grass. So particularly when you're outside maybe, and then again with words of affirmation, I would take that as anything vocal. So someone says something to you and it seems like, whoa, was that a sign? Yes, it was, okay? A song, anything literally that's vocal that has words, okay? Even if you read something, it could be literally words on a sign, a notification on your phone. Like it could be anything, but we're talking about words, specifically words, okay? Your spirit guides are going to be letting you know, hey, this person's coming back in. So yeah, the masculine specifically, they've been so brokenhearted over this that, again, they just don't really want to wait. They're wanting to take fast action towards you and towards this connection if you're the divine feminine. So, yeah, the decision will need to be made on their part whether or not that's going to happen. I do see someone here is learning about trauma bonds also. If one or both of you had experienced that, like somebody's learning about that and they're healing from some trauma bonds. Also, another little message here is someone, if you guys are into tripping and stuff, someone may have a trip where they have some realizations, okay, where they come to a realization of what this connection really is and like how things are going to play out. I kind of saw that here as well. Other than that, any other timing? Let's see. We've got Virgo energy here with the Hermit, but it's in reverse too, and so I would take that as like maybe the end of Virgo season, something like that. King of Cups, though, yeah, they're wanting to come forward with their emotions. They don't want to hold out any longer. But just remember, there's going to be work that needs to be done still after this communication when this does happen. Is there any other timing here? With Eight of Wands, I would think that it'd be pretty fast for most of you. Okay, I feel like yeah, that's pretty fast forward movement. And it could be like maybe 8 weeks, for some of you guys 8 days, depending on your situation here. But definitely within the next couple of months, I could see. And yeah, that's kind of, I think, what I have for you here. Let's get you some messages of encouragement and advice here, okay, on your situation. Okay. Messages for group 3. Any advice for group 3 on this situation, Spirit? It also, for some of you, if you're going to take a trip to a city, because we got city also out here. If you're going to take a trip to a city, it could be around that time. Like if you've got a vacation planned or something like that, and it's specifically in a city. Okay. Protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. Okay, what else? What other advice for group 3? See, someone's looking at trauma bonds. for sure. Like someone's looking at how to take their power back from past situations and healing stuff like trauma bonds. Share your voice. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Yeah, you guys are going to be talking again sooner than later. Okay. Any more advice for group 3? Okay. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Yeah, this connection is already going to be coming together again. I felt like with that 10 of Cups coming through to define what this connection is as a whole, like it just felt very, very destined. And I mean, we do see that you guys are counterparts here. So, okay. Shuffle this other deck here. Okay, advice for group 3, spirit or timing. Release control. First quarter moon in Taurus. Oh, that's 2. First quarter moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks. Okay, release control. Release your blocks. Stop overthinking. Call your power back. Wow. Okay, be humble. Okay, is there anything else? And that's the first quarter moon in Leo. Okay. Be proud of yourself. Last quarter moon in Taurus. Okay. So definitely some focusing on yourself here and healing with the release your blocks coming out with this trauma bond and protection. I think that is a block, you know, the soul retrieval, the cord cutting, calling back your power, maybe doing some meditations if you aren't already, like a guided meditation where you call your power back. That could be really helpful, really powerful for you. Okay, but other than that, I think that's all I have, and I'm going to leave this reading here at that. I hope that this was helpful and gave you a little bit of clarity, some encouragement. It definitely does seem destined here to come back together, so no worries, okay? It's going to happen. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video so that I'll know and I can create more videos like this. If you're subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so grateful for your energy here. And if you're not subscribed yet and you're considering it, please do. We would love to have you here in our group as well. And you'll see whenever I upload more videos. So yeah, fun times. Okay, so I hope I'll see you guys again in the future. Thank you so much for being here.